Hi there, this is Imaneo. Welcome to my channel, and in this video I want to show you something interesting. This is what happens on my system when you subscribe on my channel. So a confetti launches on my entire screen when you subscribe my channel. Stay with me, I will explain it in details. At first, you have to know about the Raycast, the application that is responsible to launch a confetti. So Raycast is an application for macOS. It only works for macOS right now, but maybe later they expand it to work on other operating systems. So Raycast is an alternative for Spotlight in macOS. As you know, when you press Command space in macOS, there is a search bar where you can write your commands to open a file, to search something, or this kind of things. So Raycast is another an alternative to Spotlight. It is way smarter and modern. You can replace Raycast with your old Spotlight. I highly suggest that. So what Raycast does, at first it is very modern looking and it supports more commands. For example, you can ask it to say next Monday. It says that next Monday is December 18th. So you can say 32 euros to USD. And it says that 32 euros to USD is 34.90. So it is smarter than Spotlight. Also, it has a store where you can install the extension. So extensions are available open source. You can check the source code and you can install it to do extra things for you. For example, I installed a Spotify player. So when I'm focused at my work, I can press Command space and write play. So there's a command which toggles the pause and play functionality of the Spotify. I can also search in the Spotify singers, for example, Linkin Park. It searches through the singers and artists, and you can play a song or play the songs of an artist, and or you can write the next prompt to run the next command. And yeah, this is one of the extensions that I use. The other one, for example, is emojis. I think this is a built-in extension. It is pre-installed and you can search for an emoji. For example, I can search for I don't know, confused, and here you can see the result of confused, and for example you can double click it to write it. Suppose that I'm writing here and we can say confused, and when you press enter it pastes the emoji in the text box that you are trying to write. This is another thing. And also I use kill command. So I think this is a pre-installed plugin, so you can write it and it shows all the processes that is running into your machine, and you can kill any one that you want. You can search through the processes and you can take a look at the actions, and the first one is kill. It has other actions. For example, you can reload a process, or the other thing that I use is material icons. So this is a plugin that installed by myself, I think, and here you can search through the material icons. For example, profile, and for profile it suggests these icons, and here with command K you can copy SVG, copy the name, and maybe download it. Yeah, this is very handy when you want to have an icon into your application or your design. You can easily write material icons and run the command. And yeah, by the way, the website is raycast.com. I will put the link into the description. You can take a look at the store. This is all the plugins that are developed by community. Yeah, for example, there's a Google font plugin. I have it installed, I think. And here you can take a look at all the fonts available in Google. And again, you can press Command K to see the options. For example, it shows it in the website, or you can check the variants. It has two variants, regular and bold. And again, here you have options. You can download the font, you can copy it, and yeah. So with Raycast, you can install a lot of extensions, and it's really handy. For example, it has Google Translate. You can translate the words that you want right away in your Raycast. It has, for example, Trello extension or Jira extension. You can manage your cards with your Raycast. Yeah, so the last command that I want to introduce you is the confetti. So this is a built-in command. It is available when you install the Raycast, and when you run it, it shows a confetti, and this is the only responsibility of this command, nothing more. And the point is that everything in the Raycast has a deep link. For example, here for confetti, I can press Command K to see the options. The first one is open command, add to favorite, and also here we have copy deep link. So deep link, as you know, is a link just like HTTPS, that is a link also. With deep link, you can open a native application. For example, what I just copied is like this. It says Raycast / extensions, Raycast confetti. So this is a deep link which opens the Raycast, and after that opens the confetti. And also you can find deep links for other commands. For example, if I want to copy the toggle play pause deep link, I can press Command K, and it shows me the deep link to run this command. So what you can do with deep link is you can open it. For example, if you try to open it here, Google Chrome asks for opening this application, and if you press this button, it runs the command. So and the command, as we remember, launches a confetti. And the other option is to launch it using your terminal. So let me bring a terminal here. So this is my normal terminal, and when I say open this link, and when I press enter, it launches the confetti again. Yeah, this is where the actual confetti comes from, and I just wrote a script and connected these two together. So I wrote an script to check the subscribers count of my channel every minute. So when the subscribers increase, it just launches or shows a confetti on the screen that I'm looking at. I could use Python or any other programming language to write the script. The only point is that you need to launch this deep link to show the confetti, and you can use any programming language or scripting language to implement the logic to check the subscribers count, and if you have new subscriber, just show the confetti. So I decided to use the Raycast extensions. I wrote a customized Raycast extension to show the confetti, and also I have the current subscribers count here. So in the top bar of macOS, I see the current subscribers count, and also I have an option to open the YouTube Studio. Okay, now let's take a look at the script that I wrote. By the way, Raycast has a repository which is Raycast / extension, and here you can see all the extensions that are available in the store. There's a lot of extensions, and you can check the source code, and I created a pull request here. Let me see whether I find it or not. Yeah, it is here. So I tried to create a new pull request. I hope they accept it. Yeah, so I want to show the source code that I wrote for this extension. By the way, it is very simple to create an extension. You can check the documentation. For example, when you open the raycast.com, it shows you the developer option, and here you can check the documentation. And in the documentation, you have a lot of resources you can read about. For example, getting started, create your own, your first extension, and yeah. By the way, this is as simple as you press Command space and create extension. So it's a built-in command. It asks you some questions such as the extension name, the description, the template, and after that, yeah, you are done. Now I want to show you the extension that I wrote. It is here. Let me put it in this window. Yeah, this is the extension that I wrote. It works very simple. We have a command method, and in the command method you have to return something. For example, in my command I decided to return a menu bar extra, and menu bar extra is this one. So I said I want to have an icon of two people, this icon. I want to show the count str, which is something that I just got from the API, and the other things. So inside that we have open in YouTube Studio item, where you click on the menu item and it opens the link of YouTube Studio with your specified channel ID. Yeah, at first I tried to read the YouTube API key, channel ID, and celebration threshold. So these are three preferences that you configure when you install the extension. For example, if I want to show you, I will open the manage extension. I will uninstall it, and yes, and I can run npm run dev to install the command. So here we have YouTube subscribers count, and this is the first page that you see when you install the extension. It asks your YouTube API key. You can open this link, which is about the extension, to find out how can you grab your YouTube API key. And then you need your channel ID to put here, and then you have to provide the celebration subscribers threshold. So with this threshold we check every minute, and if we pass the threshold we show the, or we launch the confetti. For example, because I just started my channel and I don't have a lot of new subscribers, I put one here, and I will copy paste my API key. And also I will put my channel ID here. And yeah, that's it. These are the preferences that our app is defined and wants to use. They are all required preferences, and when you install it, it shows a confetti which says, okay, we initialized it successfully, and this is your subscribers count. And yeah, this, by the way, these are the preferences that we read using the Raycast APIs. And by the way, let me show you where you can define your preferences. We have a package.json file which contains a preferences list. So here you can write about your preferences. For example, we have YouTube API key, which is required, and type is password to have the masked password, or API key. Here we have channel ID, and the other one is celebration threshold. So they are all required, and in the script you can use them. So these are the three preferences. And here we have some checks, and we say if something is not configured, this script cannot work. So you have to open the preferences and fill the required values. And from here our script starts. So all the code that we need to know about is this section. We use the YouTube API to get the subscribers count. I put the channel ID and API key here in the URL. and the response is something like this. It has a data which contains items, and in items we have statistics and then subscribers count. So yeah, let's keep it simple. The data that we want to use is just the subscribers count, and we create a number from that, and here we create a count str, which is a formatted value of numbers. For example, if I change it to this one, and if I save, as you see that we have this large number and separated 3 by 3 here, and I will put it back like this, and yeah, and we have the count str, and we directly show it at the top bar, at the menu bar. Here we have a logic. We say that if celebration threshold is not 0, which means it is enabled. So if it is 0, we do not check the differences to show the confetti. We just show the current subscribers count. And here I read the local storage. It is something like shared preferences on Android or something like that. It just stores a value in the disk. So I try to read the celebrated at count. So this is the last value that we celebrated or we showed the confetti. And if it is the first time, so we don't have any value, we suppose that it is 0. And we decrease it with the current subscribers count, and now we have a difference. So suppose that you have 3 new subscribers and the diff will be 3, because since the last time we celebrated, we showed the confetti, you have got 3 new subscribers. And we check if the diff is less than the celebration threshold, we just show a console log. So as you see, we have printed some of these logs here, nothing happens. And if the difference is more than or equals the threshold, it means this logic runs, and we open the confetti dprint that we talked about. And also we write the current count as the celebrated at count. So suppose that we have 13 subscribers here, and the celebrated at will be 13. And after that, we check the difference between 13 and the new value. And if the difference is more than the threshold, we show the confetti. And the other thing that I want to mention is that in the package.json, as you see, we define a lot of things. For example, name of a script, description, icon, author, and also we have in the commands, you can define your command, your title, and also you have interval. So I have 1 minute interval. It means that the command runs every minute. So basically every minute we check the new count of subscribers, we show it at the top of the screen, and also we calculate the difference between this value and shows the confetti if it passes the threshold. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe my channel because it launched the confetti on my laptop and it really satisfies me. Thanks for watching. Bye.